John, the Passion Translation, chapter 21. Later, Jesus appeared once again to a group of his disciples by Lake Galilee. It happened one day while Peter, Thomas, the twin, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, Jacob, John, and two other disciples were all together. Peter told them, "I'm going fishing," and they all replied, "We'll go with you." So they went out and fished through the night, but caught nothing. Then at dawn, Jesus was standing on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was him. He called out to them, saying, "Hey guys, did you catch any fish?" "Not a thing," they replied. Jesus shouted to them, "Throw your net over the starboard side and you'll catch some." And so they did as he said, and they caught so many fish that they couldn't even pull in the net. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, "It's the Lord." When Peter heard him say that, he quickly wrapped his outer garments around him, and because he was athletic, he dove right into the lake to go to Jesus. The other disciples then brought the boat to shore, dragging their catch of fish. They weren't far from land, only about 100 meters. And when they got to shore, they noticed a charcoal fire with some roasted fish and bread. Then Jesus said, "Bring some of the fish that you've just caught." So Peter waded into water and helped pull in the net to the shore. It was full of many large fish, exactly 153, but even with so many fish, the net was not torn. "Come, let's have some breakfast," Jesus said to them. And not one of the disciples needed to ask who it was, because every one of them knew it was the Lord. Then Jesus came close to them and served them bread and fish. This was the third time Jesus appeared to his disciples after his resurrection. After they had breakfast, Jesus said to Peter, "Simon, son of Jonah, do you burn with love for me more than these?" Peter answered, "Yes, Lord, you know I have great affection for you." "Then take care of my lambs," Jesus said. Jesus repeated his question the second time. "Simon, son of Jonah, do you burn with love for me?" Peter answered, "Yes, my Lord, you know that I have great affection for you." "Then take care of my sheep," Jesus said. Then Jesus asked him again, "Peter, son of Jonah, do you have great affection for me?" Peter was saddened by being asked the third time and said, "My Lord, you know everything. You know that I burn with love for you." Jesus replied, "Then feed my lambs." "Peter, listen. When you were younger, you made your own choices and you went where you pleased. But one day, when you are old, others will tie you up and escort you where you would not choose to go, and you will spread out your arms." Jesus said this to Peter as a prophecy of what kind of death he would die for the glory of God. And then he said, "Peter, follow me." Then Peter turned and saw the disciple whom Jesus loved was following them. This was the disciple who sat close to Jesus at the Last Supper and had asked him, "Lord, who is the one who will betray you?" So when Peter saw him, he asked Jesus, "What's going to happen to him?" Jesus replied, "If I decide to let him live until I return, what concern is that of yours? You must still keep on following me." So the rumor started to circulate amongst the believers that this disciple wasn't going to die. But Jesus never said that. He only said, "If I let him live until I return, what concern is that of yours?" I, John, am that disciple who has written these things to testify of the truth, and we know that what I've documented is accurate. Jesus did countless things that I haven't included here, and if every one of his works were written down and described one by one, I suppose that the world itself wouldn't have enough room to contain the books that would have been written about it.